Hi everyone, I'm Allie.
I'm Alex.
I'm Alora. And our research question for this presentation was, does supplementation with 150 to 250 micrograms per day of iodine for 40 weeks gestation by pregnant women increase the cognitive function of their baby?
The objectives that we will be discussing today will be to explain why our question of interest is important to us and future health professionals, state the RDA of iodine in pregnant and non-pregnant women and explain why the amounts are different, describe the mechanism of iodine in thyroid hormone production and how maternal iodine is transferred to a developing fetus, explain what current research has concluded about our research question, and identify iodine-rich foods and how to prevent iodine deficiency in pregnant women. With the overwhelming amount of information that is out there, pregnancy can cause anxiety when trying to figure out how to eat. To help relieve some of the stress, we are interested in the association between maternal iodine intake during pregnancy and the cognitive development of children. Having this knowledge will allow health professionals to promote optimal health for their pediatric patients.
And then next we're going to talk about the RDA of iodine and why it's higher in pregnancy. So the RDA of iodine for pregnant women is 220 micrograms per day. And then for non-pregnant women, it's 150 micrograms per day. So adequate intake can be measured by taking the mother's urinary iodine concentration, which should be between 150 and 249 micrograms per liter. So iodine is also a lot more important for pregnant women in regards to the fetus. Adequate thyroid hormone during pregnancy is important for the baby's brain development. Mothers need to make more thyroid hormones during pregnancy to adequately suffice the baby's needs, and additionally, more iodine is cleared out in urine during pregnancy due to hormone changes in kidney function. During the early stages of pregnancy, when the fetal thyroid gland has not fully developed, the fetus depends entirely on its mother's T4 and consequently her iodine intake. Production of T4 increases by about 50% during pregnancy to meet these needs, making increased iodine intake important for pregnant mothers and developing babies.
And now we will be discussing the mechanism. The first step in thyroid hormone synthesis begins with iodide, which is actively transported via a sodium-potassium ATPase pump into the thyroid cell from the blood. Once the iodide is inside of the cell, it binds to a tyrosine residue on thyroglobulin to form THG-MIT. Next, this THG-MIT is iodinated by thyroperoxidase to form THG-DIT. This THG-DIT condenses with another molecule of THG-DIT in the colloid form to form THG-T4. THG-DIT can also condense with THG-MIT to form THG-T3 and reverse T3. Finally, T4 and T3 are released into the bloodstream following the endocytosis of THG-T3 and THG-T4 by iodothyroid globulins back into the thyroid cell. It also requires the hydrolysis of the THG form from the T3 and T4 by proteases in the thyroid cell.
So now we're going to talk a little bit about how the thyroid passes from the mother to the fetus. So it starts in the mother's thyroid, where she releases T4 into the maternal blood. After this, from the maternal blood, it must cross the placenta via transthyretin, which is secreted by the placenta and binds to the maternal thyroid hormone, bringing it into the amniotic fluid. TTR and T4 are then taken up by a trophoblast, which escorts these two proteins over to the fetal capillaries. Once in the fetal blood, it must cross the blood-brain barrier of the fetus. Brain cells primarily take up T4 via MCT8 transporter. T4 is then converted into T3 after crossing the blood-brain barrier by iodothyronine deiodinase, converting it into the active form of the thyroid hormone for the baby.
So now we're going to talk about what the current research has to say in regards to answering our research question. So the outcomes presented in much of the current research is very contradictory. So we read one study that found that daily supplementation of 200 micrograms of iodine by pregnant women during gestation improved the cognitive function of children. However, on the other hand, another study showed that daily iodine supplementation greater than or equal to 150 micrograms throughout pregnancy led to impaired cognitive function of children. The rest of the experimental studies that we reviewed concluded that there is no association between maternal iodine supplementation of 150 to 200 micrograms a day during gestation in the cognitive function of children. One conclusion that was consistent throughout many of the studies is that preventing severe iodine deficiency is key to the healthy development of cognitive function in children. Research also showed that severe iodine deficiency can be prevented if pregnant women consume at least 160 micrograms of iodine each day. So this amount of iodine can be achieved by consuming some commonly eaten food. So the following foods have over 160 micrograms of iodine in them. 1 cup of milk, a half cup of corn, 1 large egg, 1 cup of apple juice, 1 ounce, or about a slice and 3/4 of cheddar cheese, 1 banana, and 2 slices of enriched white bread. So eating these foods will allow pregnant women to consume the bare minimum of iodine they really need to ensure the cognitive health of their baby. To meet the RDA of iodine, which is 220, pregnant women should consume seafood, as seafood has a lot of iodine in it, such as codfish in 3 ounces. You can see it's very small, has 99 micrograms of iodine. Additionally, this higher amount of iodine can be met if you live in a country that has a salt iodinization program, such as the United States. And you can find this salt in the grocery store, and it will say it's iodinized. And 1 gram has about 45 micrograms of iodine in it. So eating all these foods will help pregnant women prevent iodine deficiency. So in conclusion, our research shows that preventing iodine deficiency is an important step in ensuring the healthy cognitive development in a child. Research has not yet come to a consensus in regards to dose and duration of iodine supplementation throughout pregnancy. Because of this, an iodine supplementation should only be taken if you're a pregnant woman who cannot consume at least 160 and hopefully up to 120 micrograms of iodine through diet alone. Thank you.
Thank you.